Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, March 11th. I'm Jane Johnston with the Bar Hill Group at Remax Plus. I'm here with...
Hi, everybody. It's Andrew Plank with the Vibe Real Estate Group and Royal LePage.
How's it going?
I'm going okay. Yeah, busy out there.
How you vibing?
I'm vibing. Yeah, the vibe is on.
So Andrew just changed his group name to the Vibe Real Estate Group, which I think actually really suits you. So way to go.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm liking this vibe. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's liking the vibe. Easy going.
How's your week going?
Busy, super busy. Yeah, some really late nights, some late night negotiations, a lot of admin work. My admin assistant chose this week to go off on a leave for a week, so
Lovely.
I've been doing everything. So it was good though, being part of a team. I was actually able to get my partner Josh to get some work done in the background for me when I was, for example, getting an offer prepared and so forth. So that was helpful, really helpful.
I am finding right now there are some multiple offers happening. It's more on the lower end. Went and looked at a condo. Kayla, who works with me, went and looked at a condo, and it was underpriced. We felt that we went in, smelled smoke, lots of work, and got 3 offers the first day. Everyone wrote an offer without realizing there were other people on the table. And then we revised and we still didn't get it. What a bummer. But anyway, that happens. And what happens is then the buyer then is more prepared for next time.
We wrote an offer on a really beautiful townhouse, and for retirees, a single level townhouse in a nice complex is very, very popular. This was a really great townhouse over in Royal on Hallowell. And there were 4 offers that came in on that one. It went well above asking.
Yeah.
It did not smell of smoke. It was really, really beautiful. Freshly painted and new carpets. Maybe not paint, but new carpets. It was tidied up because it was been lived in, I think, by the same folks for years. Super nice, super sweet unit, though.
But, yeah, don't underestimate the value of paint, you guys. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, just years of living in a place, even if it's white paint, the paint starts to fade.
I'm proof. Okay, let's do our show.
All right.
So Don Ohlgren is going to be joining us. He's with Be My Guest in BC. He's a property manager. He's going to be coming on shortly. In the meantime,
an interesting talk.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, this is the stats from May 8th. We're currently May 11th, but as of May 8th in 2023, we've had 177 unconditional sales. For the full month of May last year, it was 761. So, a third of the way into the month, not quite a third actually, maybe we're on target. I think we're going to start seeing some ramp up in sales. New listings, 292. That's maybe a little low compared to the 1,531 last May. Currently active listings 2,037 versus 1,776 that would have been I guess at the end of May 2022. What say you?
I got asked by a client the other day. They're like, why aren't there any listings? I said, well, we have a net migration of people coming into Victoria. We're seeing the sellers wanting to find a place before they move. They're afraid that if they list and sell, they won't be able to find a rental or a place to live permanently. And so what they're saying is we're going to hold off and wait till the inventory comes up. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It really is. And, talking to colleagues, everyone is saying, we need to see some listings to see more listings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of which, over the past week, so the Monday sets come out. We put them on the PowerPoint just so you're up to date with what the board's sending us, but this comes out every day. So this is over the past 7 days. We had 316 new listings and 189 pending. I did compare this to a couple weeks ago and noticed that our new listings are up. And so our pending list to sale ratio is a bit down. Price decreases are at 92, which says to me, sellers are still listing high. Just want to say, don't forget to list in the best place in the market. That's where everyone's looking. That's where you're going to get the most activity. Price increases are 5. Usually that's an administrative error. And then back on market is 5 with 60 sold. So those sales happened 6 weeks ago or so.
26 expired. So adding expired, withdrawn, and pending together, you still don't get as much as the new listings. So you've got a net, increase in listings coming on. Our inventory is growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got the BC market update in my inbox today, and overall, our unit sales are down compared to April of 2022. So they're down 17.7%. And the average price is also down just under $1,995,000. This is across the whole of BC. It's down 5.6%. It was just over $1 million last year. And year over year to date, home prices across BC are down 11.2%. However, this year.
However, that's a big underline. That should be bolded and underlined. However.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Sure. So through this year, average house price is up 9.6% since January. So we're definitely seeing, now that's since January, 9.6%. That's quite a significant rise. Month over month price is up 3.7%. Year over year prices are down 5.8%. So
yeah. And year to date, home prices are down, obviously, from last year. That's what this.
And this is BC wide, right? This is not just Victoria. So we've got lots of different markets we're talking about here. When we look at these numbers, you want to look specifically at Victoria. It's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you got any listing needs and wants?
Listings, needs, and wants. Just relisted my listing on Southgate. It's that little Caraminium. So if you're looking for something with supported living for a 55 plus, you pay higher fees than you would in a standard condo, but you get a meal a day, you get some light housekeeping, you get on-site staff, and so it's actually really good value for someone who's looking for that kind of support and not wanting to pay the really, really high fees of a more supportive, of a more assisted living. So there's that. I've got a listing coming soon. Very likely got a listing coming in James Bay, 3 beds, 3 baths. I've got a listing coming on Cook Street, another townhouse. These are townhouses, 3 beds, 3 baths. What else have I got coming up? Something else. Oh yeah, I've got a really nice little condo coming on Washington Street coming next week.
Oh yeah.
It's about 650 square feet, I would say, maybe 675. We haven't got the floor plans yet, but with the balcony at 700 square feet. But really nice older building, but really nicely updated building. Nice little unit, and the price point is going to be amazing. $380,000 for that.
Is it the ones on the corner?
If you go up Gorge and take a left down towards the water on Washington Avenue, it's on the right. Some of those units have really amazing water views. You don't see them come up very often.
Yep. I know where you mean exactly. Okay. Tell me about that one when that comes up.
It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to sell fast.
Okay. All right. So I have an open house this Saturday on 2520 Glenduick. I said Glenduick, but it's Glenduick, and it is at $1,195,000. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. Absolutely gorgeous. I had our local realtor go through there who lives in the area, and she was saying it just appears to be newer than you'd expect because they've done amazing upgrades. It's 2,400 square feet. You cannot put a suite in it. Has a gorgeous yard though. It's 8,843 square feet.
Nice.
I have my listing on Gladstone, which has a huge tree right beside it. It's one of those trees that the governor of California brought up. So it's like a redwood. Yeah. And this tree's massive, and everyone's like, we're afraid of the tree. Well, the tree's
not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, folks.
Yeah.
And then we just got a list, an accepted offer on our listing on Salt Spring.
Good. Congratulations.
Yeah. And then we have a 1-bedroom condo on Yates, 845 Yates, and that is a beautiful condo. It's all updated, and it is priced at $524,900. And then coming up, hold on a sec. We have a listing coming up on Michigan. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and that's 927 square feet. And that'll be priced around $875. We also have one coming up on Meadowview, which is just off of Interurban, which is a 2,850 square foot place. They're just finishing off a suite in the basement. And so that's on a large lot, and it backs onto a park. It's 8,000 square foot lot. And then we have a beautiful property that we're coming up next week on Machosen Road. It's 11 acres and has 2 homes on it, folks.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, that one's going to be $2.3 million. And then we have a property on Raycroft, 2743 Raycroft, that's coming up next week. It's also got a suite, and it's 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, and it's going to be priced to sell quickly. So that's where we're at.
Interesting. Let's briefly go into needs, wants, maybe just 1 or 2 each.
Oh my God, I need a 2-bedroom condo, please. Downtown Victoria, Oak Bay or Oak Bay or Victoria, and we're looking at less than $750.
Okay. I need a single family home under probably 1.1, maybe 1.2, with a bit of a funky yard. Like they want something a little bit different. Let's say, like Airy Oak or on a hillside or rocky. Yeah. Some funk to it. They're looking for something a little different.
Okay.
And they don't mind a busy road. So I think we can find something really interesting for that. I've got some folks really, really looking for beautiful water view condo. Something that preferably is under, let's say, 800,000, but I think they would go more for the right property. And 2 beds, 2 baths.
I'm laughing.
Because
that's a hard find. Although there were some on Maitland, just so you know, that just sold.
Yeah, Maitland has some come up. We're really looking at the building on Seaforth.
Yeah.
Yeah, really like that building for them. And we just viewed a townhouse yesterday on Sea Terrace. There's
yeah.
It came up. It was 925, and we did actually view that because it was a townhouse a little larger than the 2 beds, 2 baths. It had some water glimpses, but looks like it's going to go multiple offers. They received an offer last night, and they decided not to deal with it because they were going to wait for showings today.
Okay.
It wasn't for my clients, so we've moved on.
All right. Well, let's move on our show.
Yeah, let's bring in Don.
Don is the owner of Be My Guest in Victoria. Welcome, Don.
Thank you.
Hi, Don. Thanks for coming in.
So Don, he hasn't actually met me, but one of my clients just bought a condo here in Victoria and wanted to find a rental management company. He's a big researcher. And so we were giving him some names. Rachel LaRiviere is somebody who I work with a lot. Rachel gave me Don's name, which I passed on to Peter. And he found a condo on View Street, 1020 View Street. And how's that going, Don? Have you got it rented yet?
Yep, we take possession. Peter's daughter's still in the place right now, and we take possession on the 17th or 18th, and my first guest will be moving in around the 20th.
Nice.
Wow. Amazing. And so for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in downtown Victoria, what kind of rent are you getting?
In the range of $4,500 a month.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, bear in mind, these come fully furnished. The heat, the light, the water, the internet, everything is provided. We also put into that price biweekly cleaning with full maid service and a $3,000 accidental and damage insurance clause. So everything's included. It's pretty well on par with what you'd pay for an empty condo, then add all your other expenses yourself.
Right.
So,
So your
Don,
clients, the people renting from you, actually, maybe we should just take a quick step back, and Don, maybe give a quick overview of your service in general. And
let me add his website. So here we go. I'm just going to go on there. So it's you and your wife, right?
Right.
And how long have you been running your business?
I've been in the property business for about 40, 50 years, but we've been running it here for, I believe, either 15 or 16.
Oh,
And it says all units are child friendly, pet friendly units are available, wheelchair accessible units are available. How many properties do you have?
42 at the moment.
amazing.
42. Wow. And who are your typical clients?
Well, it's drastically changed since COVID and since all the new rules and that. We used to do a lot of holiday short-term stuff. Like we have a minimum of 4 days because in our books, one-nighters are party people and we're not interested. So we do a minimum 4-night rental.
That's
And
why.
we used to do a booming business before COVID and that, but then that just kind of closed everything. When COVID hit, I had 85% cancellations. And I called all my owners and I said, this is not that great right now. And they all said, oh, that's okay. We can space it out. Don't worry. And about 4 months later, it just came back. And I mean, literally, we were at 100% booking until last November. And then it died again, not Victoria wise, Canada wise, US wise, everything just died. And now it's back. Like this week, we're almost I'm at 98% rentals. I have one place empty.
So I'm seeing here very conventional homes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so are they rental properties or do people like move out? Well,
the top one you're looking at on Haltane is a 4-bedroom complete house.
Mhm.
The owner is attending school in Toronto, and we manage it for her for several years now. The one below that is a house with 2 suites in it, owned by a local investor. The one below that is a house with
Darwin.
Yeah, there's a couple of families living in that one.
Okay.
We have anywhere from bachelor suites to 8-bedroom houses.
and do you find are you working with people who are transitioning between homes?
Well, in the wintertime, Alberta moves here.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Right.
But I have basically 3 main things. I have people that are flooded or fire or flood damage or something. And they call me up and say, well, we've been told to get a place for a month or 2. And it always ends up 5 or 6 months because it just doesn't happen quickly. The other one is people wanting to move here. And they're want to look around. They don't want to come in and be forced or something. And I get quite a few realtors call me and say, I have a person wanting to come here and look around. Do you have something available for a month for them or something? And they'll stay 2 or 3 months and then buy their house and move in and be happy. And sometimes they buy a house with an extra suite in it, and I get to pick that up. So we get a lot of calls from people that see our advertising and call me directly. And normally they say we're looking to move to Victoria and we want to buy a house in that. And the first question I ask them is, do you have a realtor yet? And half of them say, no, we're going to find out. How about I introduce you to one? And I work with 4 or 5 local realtors. The year COVID hit, I ended up recommending 3 house sales. So
Excellent.
and in the same respect, the same realtor gives me referrals for places to look after and manage. So it works out really good. And I don't sell the home; I just refer people and assist them.
It's about the connections. Amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I hear you're working with 6 or 7 new realtors now.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You're getting great reviews here. I'm seeing that people are very happy. So anyway, I'm just wondering, we were wondering actually in general, are you finding that the rules are changing how you're renting condos and stuff like that? Because
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How is that happening?
Well, as I say, we used to be all short term and people would come for, a few days or a week or that. And a few people would want longer term. Well, now I have people that are fire and theft and water damage and that. And I've had them there with me for 18 months. One of them, they kept get stalled and, shortage of workers. Yep. The other one is the people looking to move to town and they come and they stay with us. And the other one is workers coming into town. Name me a project going on in Victoria and I'll tell you where the workers are living.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why everything's so expensive.
Yep.
They
Last
can't
night,
find a
I
place
got
to
a
stay.
call from a company. They got 9 guys, so they're going to move into 4 different properties, 3
Yeah.
2-bedrooms and a 3-bedroom, and they'll be here till October 1st.
Amazing.
And I probably have 50 or 60 companies that utilize me mainly, and they're always coming into town. Like we're a different type of manager. I'm not a property manager per se, where we have 1,000 homes or something we look after. We're more of a hands-on, shorter term. I mean, we have 6 staff. I have 4 cleaners because we're cleaning every property we have every second week.
Mhm.
I have someone on call all the time. I have my own handyman, my own painters. We'll go in and touch up a home or something breaks. I mean, you got a renter in there and the fridge goes. They're not, when you call for a repairman, they say, okay, we can put you in the middle of May. My guy goes down to West Coast Appliances because they're really good people to deal with. He says, what's in stock, picks up a fridge, brings it to the house and puts it in. You know, so we're more of a hands-on type company that is more into the short-term stuff.
You're a solution company. You're finding solutions for problems and helping to make people.
Yeah, it's extremely interesting because you know you just don't know what's going to happen the next day.
Yeah, it would be.
So,
And so, how do you find the people who are providing their homes to you? Because I mean, it sounds like you've got some great relationships with.
Well, a lot of referrals, and I get a lot of people calling me that have a problem tenant or something and what to do, and call me when you get rid of them type thing. That's all I can say, you know.
Right.
But a lot of people are calling me saying, I have a doctor in Calgary who I've never met, and he called me up by a referral from another owner in Calgary. I have 4 people in Calgary that own homes here. One's an RCMP officer, one's two's doctors, and one's just a private person. But anyway, he called me and asked me, you know, what can we do? And I connected him with a realtor. I saw him on a video when I went through the house and said, here's what I think we can make for you. And he bought the place, and I've never met him and shook his hand. I just send him money.
Wow. We're probably going to be getting a lot of phone calls from people saying, Don, I want my house up for rent. Because, you know, so what do you find? You said, I mean, it goes up and down. Obviously, COVID affected things. But, you know, you're getting rent that's higher than what would be market rent for a regular month-to-month tenancy. What would you say is, on average, like over the course of a year, the benefit of working with you versus having a tenant in place? I mean, it looks like more money, but is there, you know, how is the vacancy?
what are your rates? Actually, that's probably a good.
Well, my rates are, you mean what I charge?
Yeah.
I charge 25% management fee, much higher than most others. But again, we're hands-on. We do everything. Like basically give me the key and go for a trip or disappear.
Right.
You know, as I say, I've never met the one guy and I just send the money every month.
Well, 25% seems reasonable if you're going in every 2 weeks and looking at the property.
Yep. Well, we used to tell the guests that the owner's insurance clause states that we have to do an inspection once a month because of the fire, the water and the insurance and everything. And that put us in the house just to make sure there was no grow-ups. Well, today they can have a grow-up. There's nothing we can do. But when we have the cleaning in, at least my staff, and they know what to look for if there's going to be any damage or something's wrong. I mean, I don't care if you break a wine glass or something, but if you punch a fist through the wall, then we're going to send in our guy and repair it, and you're going to pay for it.
That gives a lot of confidence for an owner as well, because you know that when you look at your, you know, maybe it's your own home that you're looking to move on or leverage, and you don't want to have just anyone in there if you know it's going to get damaged.
Yeah.
All right, Don, do you find that people are looking to rent in specific areas? So like those workers, I imagine they're a bit flexible because it depends on where the work is happening. But and they're probably traveling to and from work at slightly different times than other people. But I'm seeing here there's a concentration in the core and Saanich East. But do you have any on the West Shore? Like I see one house on the West Shore. Do you have more homes on the West Shore?
I have 3 or 4 on the West Shore, yes.
And
we find that when someone calls me and they say we need a place for 3 workers, and my first thing is, where's the job site? So then I try and find, I have a chart right beside me on my computer. It tells me what's available, what's not. And I can just block out the dates and look at the chart, and it tells me what I can do for them. Most of them, they always say, as long as it's within a half an hour drive of the job site, we're quite happy. And I have to laugh and tell them, listen, you're 10 minutes from an ocean, any direction you go. So you're always, there is no 20-minute, half-hour drive here.
That's always a learning curve.
Unless you're in Colwood in the morning.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd point out the problem is not Colwood, everyone. It's View Royal.
Yeah.
You have to go through View Royal. I live on the West Shore.
Yeah.
And so, anything else you want to ask, Andrew?
So, downtown, they rezoned a lot, or they've taken out the short-term rental allowance other than the original zoning. Are you finding any changes to legislation that's affecting your business, or you kind of, how do you stay within the lines for all of that?
I have, I believe, 4 or 5 licensed short-term rentals. All the rest are minimum 30 days.
Right.
That stays within the lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when they first did it, they said that if we put these laws in, then they're going to get more properties into the short-term rental. They had more properties removed from, into long-term rental. They had more properties removed and just left empty than they did anything. They said there was like 300 properties that were there. No, there was 1,300.
Yeah.
There's lots of them. But I mean, when we're renting to someone for 30 days or 3 months or 5 months, what's the difference between that and them renting an apartment somewhere?
I think they're also getting pressured probably from the hospitality industry.
Absolutely. That was 100%.
Yeah.
Are you finding that, licensed, you mentioned licensed suites, so they have to be registered with the city of Victoria?
Yes. $1,500 license fee.
Annually?
Annually.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So that's expensive.
Well, as I say, some of them just said, it's not worth it for me to pay an extra $1,500, so I'll just take it off the market and leave it empty.
Andrew?
Yeah. So if someone buys a condo, let's say, and it's vacant and empty, and they are in Alberta, so do you help with or manage the actual furnishing of these places, or does the owner actually have to furnish it themselves? And
they can do either way. We go in and say that we require a 1-year contract to work with you because we're going to spend a few $1,000s getting it promoted and advertised and set up and everything. Or if you give me a 2-year contract, I'll furnish the house for free with my furniture. I have 4 containers loads of furniture ready to go.
I figured you might. That's good. Good to know. Yeah.
It's much easier than having an owner go through a bunch of stuff and trying to find out what's what. We go in and put in what we think will work the best. Another part of it is I sit down with the owner. Like I'll go on behalf of a realtor, say you've got someone wants to buy as an investment. I'll go with you and look at the house and then tell them, here's what I think I can make for you.
Awesome.
And the other thing I'm going to ask him is, what's your mortgage? And when the guy tells me, well, my mortgage is $800,000 and my payment is $5,000 a month, and I have to say, listen, there's not much I can do for you. Right. You're going to make $3,000 a month, so you're $2,000 in the hole to start with, and you're paying the utilities. So it's a package. If it's not feasible, it won't work, and it is harder now.
I have a question. So I do have somebody looking right now. They actually are from Alberta, and they're looking for an investment condo. So would it be possible for us to send the listing to you so you could have a look at it, and then you could give us an estimate?
Absolutely.
Okay. And how hard is it to get a license to be a short-term rental?
It depends upon the building. A lot of buildings aren't allowed. It's sort of a grandfather deal or a newer building. The government has changed the laws on a different vein. The government has changed the laws. So because some buildings say it's minimum 6 months, the government said no, minimum 30 days. So that part's gone. You're not stuck in that.
Okay. Andrew?
But they apply, and it's pretty well approved if it's a building that is available for short term. Like the first one you showed, the old church on Quadra Street. We have 3 properties in there, 1 2-bedroom and 2 1-bedrooms. And the 2-bedroom is rented solid year round.
What about
that leads to a question I've got, which is what's kind of your ideal, or what would be the configuration that would be sort of I guess for a condo and a house, you could give an example of each, but
A house with 2 suites.
A house with 2 suites?
Yeah, that way you get 3 options. I can either say it's a 3-bedroom with a 2-bedroom suite. So I can rent a 5-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom suite and a 2-bedroom suite. So I have 3 shots at getting it rented quicker. And a lot of times people want, like I have one house that's 6 bedrooms. I have this one house that has 2 suites, 4 bedrooms each. And half the time it's rented as an 8-bedroom.
Right.
I have one house down on Head Street, right on the waterfront, that goes for $9,800 a month because it's a heritage house right on the waterfront. You can sit there and watch the world float by.
Wow.
I have a question. Just wondering about because I know that building on Quadra has no parking. So how important is parking to a rental?
Well, we have one rental spot a block and a half away behind the other church, the Metropolitan Church. And the other ways, we just tell them you're on your own for parking, or you can walk 3 minutes to the big parking lot by the police station. But it's gone up to $10 a night from $5. So you're going to pay $300 for parking, which actually isn't that bad. I mean, you're paying $150 anyway for something else. Or you park out in front of the building during the night if you're working during the day, as long as you get your car out of there by 9:30 or so. Or park in the back streets.
And for those people who are, let's say it's been an insurance claim, they've had a flood in their home, they have to be out of the home. I'm assuming that insurance is going to be compensating them for it, or you don't probably deal with the insurance directly.
I don't know.
But they'll be, having to get their own parking. If they have to get their own parking, insurance will cover that.
Well, we'll work with them to do that. I've been out at 1 a.m. because someone had a fire and they couldn't find a hotel. So we're at 1 a.m. putting them in a house.
Wow. Okay.
That's great.
Amazing, John. That's excellent service too. It sounds like your business is more than a business.
Well, it is. It's a passion. And I've got a young lady named Tina that read the reviews. Everyone's thanking Tina. She's such a wonderful person. And she just goes out of her way. And she's in charge of all my cleaning. Actually, she's in charge of everything.
Good. Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Yeah. I know Andrew has a meeting today, so why don't you tell us how people reach you, Don?
Look me up online, BeMyGuestInBC.com. Call me at 778-700-9722.
Okay, and he's also on Instagram at BeMyGuestInBC. Okay. Yep. And everybody, just want to say, if you are watching the show, we would love for your input. Please like our show. Please subscribe, comment, and share to your friends. This is a great show today, and it's obviously, I think, great value for people who are looking for investment condos in BC.
I know we have a lot of realtors who watch our show as well, and I think that they'll be probably calling Don or thinking about how they can connect their clients up with Don.
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity to come on.
No problem. Our pleasure. Yeah. Don't forget, you guys, our show is every Thursday morning at 9:30. We're the Victoria Real Estate Show. Andrew, how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can reach out to me at 250-360-6106. Info@andrewplank.com. Check the website, andrewplank.com, for lots of info, or Plank Andrew is the Instagram. So
I'm waiting for the vibes Real Estate. And if you want to reach me, my name's Jane Johnston. I'm with the Briar Hill Group. My number is 250-744-0775. You can reach me at briarhillgroup@gmail.com. Go to my website at briarhillgroup.com. And you can also go to the victoriarealestateshow.com to watch these shows and more, or subscribe to us on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at realtyteacher_remax_Victoria. Thank you so much, Don. I'm just seeing.
Really nice to meet you, Don. Thank you.
Yeah, very useful. Yes. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.